Weather Lab. Here's Eric's forecast.
The warm and humid conditions continued across Acadiana again this afternoon, leading to some of those hit or miss showers that worked away across Acadiana. That also was because Michael's beginning to send us some tropical moisture, so a little bit more of us saw at least a passing shower this afternoon. But most of that activity will be fading within the next couple hours. We're approaching the watch that fall cold front, which will finally bring us a change in the pattern by Thursday and into Friday. And we'll have the latest on Michael as it's heading up the East Coast. So taking a look at the big picture, you can see Michael starting to continue to get its act together and getting closer and closer to landfall. We're about 18 hours away from it making landfall near Panama City. And then we have our one front that is beginning to push through East Texas, producing some severe weather as a tornado warning is in effect just to the northwest of the Houston area. Also some possible severe weather back through Missouri and up into Iowa and into Wisconsin, as we do have some warnings ongoing of some tornado warnings with that. And then you can see the cooler air back towards Denver producing some snow showers on the backside. So that's the cool air we're waiting for, and it'll eventually make its way down into our region by Thursday, dropping overnight lows into the 50s by Friday morning. But you can see the moisture that made its way across a good portion of Acadiana this afternoon, now making its way over into the western portions of the state, over towards Lake Charles and even into Allen Parish. We're seeing a little bit more of that rain. So we'll take a closer look at the rain that is ongoing still across Acadiana. Just moved through Basile, now heading towards Highway 165 from Kinder, the Oberlin, up to the Oakdale area. Light to moderate showers will be pushing through in the next 10 to 15 minutes and lifting up to the north and northwest. Also have some showers that just rolled through Lake Charles and that are lifting up to the north and northwest. So DeQuincy just got a little decent shower, and some more rain could be heading your way. But once we kind of get rid of this activity within the next hour, most of us should remain on the dry and warm side this evening. But Michael continues to get its act together, strengthening to a major hurricane this afternoon, and a nice tight eye is beginning to form, and that means possible even strengthening beyond a Category 3 could be possible through the rest of this evening and into tomorrow as it approaches landfall. But here's the latest we got as of 4 p.m. this afternoon. It had 120 mile-an-hour winds gusting 150, moving off to the north at 12, but it will begin to take a little bit of a north-northeasterly track by tomorrow morning, and that makes landfall right around Panama City as a Category 3 hurricane. 125 mile-an-hour winds, gust over 150 by tomorrow afternoon. Just after 1 o'clock is when we're expecting it to make landfall. Then it will track through Georgia, weakening down to a tropical storm, but maintain tropical storm length throughout much of Thursday through the Carolinas before then making its way out into the Atlantic Ocean, then turning post-tropical, and still could be a powerful system as it brushes by Nova Scotia come Saturday before then moving out into the North Atlantic into Sunday. So here's the wind field with this system. You can see the yellow is tropical storm force winds. That's 40 to 60. In the orange, that's strong tropical storm, and then the red, that is your hurricane force winds. So a very small area is actually only going to get the hurricane force winds. That looks to be Panama City, but strong tropical storm in and around the area down to Appalachia, and then a large area seeing tropical storm all the way maybe up to Montgomery area. And tropical storm force winds will continue through a large portion of Georgia and into South Carolina. So Myrtle Beach down to Charleston could see some very gusty conditions come Thursday afternoon as the system makes its way through and then heading out into the sea by Friday. So hurricane warnings are in effect from the Florida-Alabama line to the Big Bend region and up into portions of Georgia and some portions of South Alabama. The yellow is the tropical storm warnings that extend all the way up into South Carolina with tropical storm watches into North Carolina. So a large area is going to feel the effect from this system outside the winds. Storm surge will be a big factor. Panama City anywhere from 3 to 6 inches or 6 feet. That could be life-threatening within some of those areas. But the big storm surge is going to be over towards the east in the Big Bend. 8 to 12 feet possible storm surge. That could be extremely life-threatening, so that's why mandatory evacuations have been issued for portions along the Florida coast. Heavy rains also possible with a large area of 5 to 8 inches, not only along the coast, but up in the Georgia and the Carolinas. So a lot of people could be seeing some flash flooding thanks to Michael in the coming days. Locally, we're just going to see a little bit more moisture maybe this evening, producing a stray shower, but eventually the fronts off to our west will be moving through and bringing us the nicer weather heading into our Thursday as that front continues to push Michael out to the east. And you can see the breezy and finally fall-like temperatures beginning to make their way in with highs by Thursday afternoon in the upper 80s. So a stray shower possible for the next couple hours. Otherwise warm and humid, 74, with the coastal flood advisory continued down and along the Gulf Coast. Could see tides 2 to 3 feet above normal into tomorrow morning. And then one more hot day, 90 degrees for our Wednesday, feeling like near a 100 with a stray shower possible, but then clearing out behind the front. So lots of sunshine Thursday and Friday, much comfortable temperatures, lower 80s, upper 70s, 50s for overnight lows. The weekend looks great for UL Homecoming and Festival Acadiana. Temperatures, though, starting to warm back up a little bit, mid to upper 80s by Sunday. Another front arrives on Monday, bumping rain chances up to 50%. But you see 70s sticking with us with 50s for overnight lows. So one more day for the AC, and then we can finally turn it off, maybe.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Eric.